Before we get into today's episode, if you want a bonus podcast episode per week, that's 4 extra a month, plus access to my private Instagram where I post never before seen videos, bloopers, deleted scenes. I go live Q&As with my fans, and a portion of it goes to charity. Go to TreyKennedy.com/DLG and become a Do Less guest. TreyKennedy.com/DLG. Now on to today's episode. Pumpkin Spice Hard Seltzer is happening. Sounds about white. That's right. Seltzers are taking over. Pumpkin Spice is coming. Let's just fuse them together. Of course we saw this company. Hard Seltzer Company Vive is to thank or blame for this new beverage. They announced the new Pumpkin Spice Hard Seltzer in an Instagram post, noting that the limited edition flavor will be released mid-September. What a way to kick it off, people. It's just never ending. We got the pumpkins. It's like Cinderella would have a field day these days. They're going to make a 2020 Cinderella and she just rolls away in a pumpkin spice seltzer can or something. Leaves behind a coffee mug that says Leagues, Levings, and Clates. It's a disaster. It's so I don't know. Some people might be pumped about that. You're upsetting me if that's the case, but will I try it? Yes. Will I probably love it? Yes. Okay. But at the end of the day, is it frustrating? It is. But fall is coming. It's not here quite yet, but it's starting to feel like it. I'll admit that. We got the pumpkin spice hitting the markets in every way, shape, or form. You're going to have pumpkin flavored Jewel pods and pumpkin scented sanitizer and pumpkin flavored masks where you huff in pepita aromas for 12 hours straight. It's here. So get your seltzers, get all of your lattes, get stocked up. It's that time. Episode 53. We're firm into September now. Hope everyone's having a great day. Thanks for coming on back to Correct Opinions. Roll music. Correct Opinions. Correct Opinions. Back home, I went somewhere else. I've been on a few flights lately. Everyone has their mask on. I feel safe. It's nice. It's nice to kind of get around the country a little bit. I sat on an emergency exit row. Big fan of emergency exit rows. But my favorite, if you ever sat on an emergency exit row, you know this. If you haven't, they do the saying where they have to get a verbal yes from you that you're willing and able to help. They go, hello, it's someone who's repeated this for the 1,000th time to the 6 people in the emergency exit rows. Hey guys, this is your emergency exit row. This is how you do this and that and that in the event of an evacuation or a disaster or emergency. Are you willing and able to assist? I need a verbal yes from everyone. There we go. Yeah, yes. And let me tell you this. I feel like I'm a pretty honest guy. I lie every now and then. Yeah, but I feel like I'm a pretty honest guy. The one time I blatantly lie to people, time and time again, is when they ask me that when I sit in an emergency exit and I go, yes. I go, yep. But let me tell you something. If this thing crashes somehow and we all survive, which I don't think it's ever happened, except maybe Sully in the Hudson Bay, shout out Sully. Do you think I'm going to go out of my way to help the guy in front of me who's been reclined back into my knees for this entire 90-minute flight? If this thing goes down and we're evacuating, am I willing and able to assist the toddler who's been screaming 3 rows back the whole time while their mom doesn't do anything to fix it? I don't know. I've never been in that position, so I can't tell you firmly yes or no, but I can tell you firmly no. If this thing crashes, somehow we're all fine, and we just got to get out this door, am I willing and able to assist the guy who's been hacking coughing without his mask on a few rows over? Not in 2020, baby. Okay. It's just like, yeah. Got my seatbelt. I got to worry about my seatbelt. You ever think of like, I've been in a situation once where I was with a friend of mine. I think I was with Katie a couple of years ago. We went to this. We had to go to a hospital late at night. A friend was there, et cetera, et cetera. I don't remember the whole story, but it was like a mental facility. And there was a guy standing out front who looked like he was tweaking. It was something from a movie. Looked like a crazy schizophrenic guy was sitting out front. And he walks towards the car, and in no way was I going to protect her. I just go, Katie, Katie, Katie. And I tried to lock the door like 8 times, and the guy was just thought we were his ride. He was like, never mind. And he walked off. I was like, I told y'all recently, German Shepherd came at me in the neighborhood, but just kind of barked at me. And I just go, no. Good boy, good boy. I'm not. With those things, they say if those things drop down, first put yours on, then the child's, right? They say, hey, I know you parent, your instincts would be to child first. We recommend you put yours on first so you can have adequate airflow to do your kid second. I'm like, oh, you don't got to tell me that. Ladies first, except when this air thing drops. It's a free for all. You think I'm an emergency extra row? Ladies first. I'm like, see ya! Get this door off, and I'm diving into this ocean. I'm taking off. It's everyone for themselves. But, back home feels good. Moving soon. So dreading that. But we're going to ramp up the studio here. Okay, if you're watching, we post on Facebook and YouTube. Trey Kennedy Studios YouTube channel. Check it out. We're going to up the podcast studio game. It's going to be fun. Okay, I'm going to figure that out. But we're officially, the Correct Opinions officially dropped about almost a year to the day, September 18th last year. So a year of me rambling in my room. A year I thought, when I launched Correct Opinions, I was like, oh, this will be great because I'm going to go on tour and I'll have like so many fun stories to tell on tour. And now every week I'm like, what do I talk about now? So this week I baked focaccia bread instead of sourdough. Let me tell you about, not a lot happening, but we're making it work. Thanks to you guys. You're making it fun. I went to a friend's birthday weekend. Good times. Birthday. It was also, I was just best man at a wedding, and his birthday was a few years ago. I just realized it right now. So, good friend. I'm not a big birthday guy at this point, except we celebrated a 30th. That's important, I think. But we did the classic, like, everyone there was white. A dozen of us. We did the birthday thing. Someone started, and it's like, Trey, you kind of sing. Why don't you start us? I'm like, no. And then we just go, happy birthday to you. And then the person whose birthday just sit there kind of awkwardly, like, I have these moments where I'm like, let me tell you this. I remember this vividly. So I grew up in a nice bubble of a suburb, safe and sound. We went to Chili's. I couldn't have been 8, 10. I remember that this is the first time I ever thought like, wait, black people do it better. We were at Chili's. There was a birthday going on. And, my whole life I just experienced the same, right? Happy birthday to Claire. Happy birthday. And there's a large black family in Chili's. And it was someone's birthday. And out of nowhere, they go, happy birthday to you. Come on. Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy. And I was sipping my freckled lemonade like, can we do it like that, Dad? He just goes, son, I've lied to you a lot, but I'm going to shoot you straight here. No. Happy birthday. I was blown away. So it's fine. I don't know. Is there a more awkward situation than when you're sitting there? Also, someone asked me when I do this motion, when I look down, it's just to make sure I'm recording the podcast. Because I can't tell you how many times I've sat here and talked for maybe 11 minutes and I never press record. So, like I said, we do it. We're very professional over here. But is there anything more awkward when you're the victim? I'm going to call that. You're the victim of the birthday song. You don't know where to look. You don't know whether to smile, whether to roll your eye. Like, are you supposed to be kind of bashful about it? Like, oh, thanks. Or do you sing with them? I've never figured it out. I've never figured it out. I don't, it's kind of like, I've been in enough weddings now. Like when you walk down the aisle, if you're a groomsman or someone, and you kind of just, you look around and smile. You don't really know where to place your eyes, doing a podcast, where do I put my hands? You know, you just sit there and kind of take it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Trey. Happy birthday. I gotta. And it's a global pandemic, but spit all over the cake. Oh, they're trick candles. Okay, I'll pass on my slice. Thanks. Never thought of that one. Oh, before we hand out the wedding cake, the bride and groom are going to cut their own pieces. They're going to put their grubby paws all over it and shove in each other's mouths and go back for seconds. Who wants a slice? Not me. So, if anyone's birthday out there, happy birthday. It's going to be a little fired up. Let's just go right into the segment we all know and love. It's very therapeutic for us. Thank you guys for coming in one more time for Triggered. That is right, folks. Triggered. Someone sent me in a great little story. You ever been one of those people? They do a little too much talking, a little too much inquiring, especially wait service people. I had this guy the other day. He called me. It was just like a cold call. Now, respect to these people they're trying to make their job a little more interesting, right? Instead of just going, hey, how are you? Here's your fries. Take care. They try to give it a little pizzazz, which I can take every now and then, but if it's too much, it's too much. This is when I respected. A guy cold called me. He's like, am I speaking to, Mr. Kennedy? I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm calling with so-and-so, whatever company. How you doing? I was like, I'm fine. How are you? And I try to be kind to these people because, they're cold calling all day long. They're doing what they can to make a living. They're grinding it out. So I'm like, hey, I'm good. How are you, man? He goes, I'm floating like a bubble in the everyday struggle. So probably going to use that one. And I just go, my man. He was like, I'm doing good, man. Yeah, what can I help you with? I was like, you can't, but that was awesome. And now all of you know it. But this young lady sent me in an email. Again, as we all know, hit me up, correctopinions@treykennedy.com, the email, or the Correct Opinions Instagram @correct.opinions. Anything and everything you want me to talk about. This lady tells a great story. I'm just going to tell y'all it because we've all been there. I'll give you my thoughts. So, Miranda, thanks for writing us in. Hi, Trey. Over the last year, I've been triggered more mornings than I care to recall because of the guy who works at my local Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru. In my office, we take turns picking up everyone's coffee order, so at least once a month, I'm sucked into this horrendous task. Because of the size of the order, oftentimes there's a few-minute wait at the window after I've paid. This is when the quizmaster makes his move. Guys, we already know where this is headed. We all know a quizmaster. Whether it's a random waiter, it's an acquaintance of yours, your own mom. It started last January when I, unknowingly, rolled up for the office order during the quizmaster's shift. He opens the window, I'm assuming, to take the payment, but instead blurts out, if you could go anywhere on vacation, where would you go? What? A few seconds pass of me just blinking at him, trying to comprehend what was happening. I say, I don't know, somewhere warm, I guess. Quizmaster replies with, oh man, you were the fifth person to say that this morning. Okay, shocker. Don't understand your surprise. After I got the order, I drove off confused. And yes, a little triggered. The following month, when it was my turn, I'd all but forgotten about the incident until I pulled up to the window to see the same employee working the window. But I'd hope it was just an isolated incident. The window opens. Morning, guess what? I'm getting a little kitten today and I'm super pumped. What should I name her? No idea, but good luck and congrats. He presses on. Come on, you got to give me some here. All right, well, I hear Mittens is popular. If someone asks you what to name your cat and you say Mittens, you know they don't care. What should I name my dog? Sparky. Latte, please. He then proceeds to roast me. Mittens? I think not. I mean, how lame can that be? Okay, kind of respect, actually. So, month after month, similar experiences. Question again. It's Friday. Got any big plans for the weekend? 'Tis the season to be merry. What have you done to spread Christmas cheer this week? If you could be famous, what would you be famous for? I just got new glasses. What do you think of them? Are they too round? Shut up, sir. I just want the coffee. Anyways, he triggered me so much that I now start driving clear across town to a different Dunkin'. Thank you. We hear you, Miranda. We understand how you might want to hit him with a little bit of the, not even the isolated shut up, but the chorus. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. You might want to hit him with that. I have a story about this. I went to, I had gotten some like free personal trainer or something. Why the heck not? Get in shape. And I had to stop seeing this guy because he was a bit of a quiz master. And he'd be like, yo man, I follow you. You're, like what you do. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. So we kind of talk. But then every morning he'd be like, so what's it like trying to be funny all the time? These are the top questions I love getting. Like, do you ever feel pressure to be funny? You're different than what I thought you'd be like in person. And this is after talking for 10 seconds where I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? Good to meet you. I'm sorry I didn't go. Yes, I am the Trey Kennedy from TickTock and the social medias alike. And how are you doing today? Would you like a selfie? Middle school Maddox be like, Mom, stop making me take photos. I just say, hey, how you doing? I'm a normal person. Also, TikTok might be disappearing by the time this is out. Microsoft's not going to buy it. Now, I guess TikTok, they're trying to sell it, but they're not going to give away the algorithm, which is like the whole thing. It's like, yeah, we want to franchise you McDonald's, but you got to figure out your own burgers and fries. Okay, then I'm not going to, that's kind of the whole point. So I'm starting to actually get pretty nervous. TikTok could be bye-bye. TikTok. Your time's up, TikTok. But anyways, that would be kind of a bummer because we all know I'm a TikTok star. And I was just hitting my stride. I don't know. Something to think about. What was I even talking about? Okay, thank you, Miranda, for that trigger statement. Something else that triggers me, y'all. Something else that triggers me is, you ever followed some people or talked to some people you've heard me complain about people who are like, say, I'm just too busy. Couldn't even text you back. I'm so busy. And like, you're on your phone 6 hours a day. Like all of us. No one's that busy. But then there's the opposite where people are like, guys, come on. I read 2 books a week and you can too. It's not that hard. It's like, okay. I ain't got time for this. Jennifer sent me, she gets the Martha Stewart magazine. Shout out her. Everyone deserves a second chance. Shout out Martha Stewart. And I guess Martha Stewart has a monthly calendar where she gives you what her calendar is looking like for that month. And let me just read you off an example. This is September. September 1st, early morning swim. That's all. September 2nd, place final fall bulb order. That's plans. Another day. Pick basil and make pesto. Wow, I can't talk. Pick basil and make pesto. That's a whole day's at the end. September 10th, aerate lawn. 11th, harvest and preserve tomatoes. That's it. September 16th, prune dead branches from trees. September 18th, Rosh Hashanah begins at sundown. Oh, okay. Is that that's her religion? I don't know. I mean, is she just carrying this over from her prison sentence? Yeah, and daily schedule there was pretty simple. I just kind of keep it going. Today, spread gravel on prison driveway. Today, make homemade pesto for cells 11 to 20. Maybe she's just keeping it simple. Something to be said for that. I read a book once on a guy who spent a year and he did a white collar crime, sentenced to a year in like a very low security prison. And I'm like, that doesn't sound, I think he got out of 8 months. I mean, I'm just saying it didn't sound horrible. He like didn't have to have a job for 8 months, and he got fed and had a bed and like could just kind of do whatever he wanted with just as long as he stayed on their property, had visitors. Oh my gosh. That's literally my 2020. I just described 2020. Except I still got to work. Oh my gosh. You're seeing Epiphany live on the air right now. 2020, if you're listening to that, it's like we all committed a white collar crime. That's what 2020 is. Like, yeah, you just got to stay on this plot of land. Anyone can come over as long as, it's kind of distanced. And, you just eat there and sleep there, and you can watch TV, and you can call friends. You can you can work out in this little square, aka garage. Holy crap. So I know what it's like. If for whatever reason I'm wrongly convicted of a white collar crime, they'll be like, you got to spend 8 months in a minimum security prison. Like, okay, I've already done that. It was fine. I excelled at it. Yeah, you can pick up little jobs like bake bread for the other inmates. Well, that's what I did. Wow. Okay. That's getting a little too real here on this episode of Correct Opinions. I'm going to move on. So thank you for everyone. I almost forgot one. This is a good one. You know my relationship with Fast and Furious, right? How many are you going to make? How many are we going to watch? Fast and Furious 9. Michelle Rodriguez and Ludacris possibly teased franchise could go to space. How about you don't? Michelle Rodriguez, who plays Letty Ortiz in Fast and Furious series, proudly don't know who that is, seemingly confirmed that Fast and Furious 9 will be sending some of its stars to space. Her quote says, "How'd you guys find out? Do you see what happens? People start talking behind the scenes, man." She then attempted to do some damage control and backtracked a bit. Oh, well, no, I'm not lucky enough to hit space, but we did get a female writer and showed a lot of love, I think, on this one. We were able to find a little bit more attention and love for the girls in the movie, so I'm hopeful that shows through in the final product. Seth Rogen himself responded to IGN's tweet about Rodriguez apparently spilling the space beans, saying the following. Seth Rogen says, "About 10 years ago, me and Evan Goldberg were with one of the producers of the Fast and Furious franchise. Evan said as a joke, they should go to space. The producer looked at us dead serious and said, not yet." The year is 2065. My grandchild is 11. He looks me right in the eyes and goes, Grandpa, am I old enough yet to see Fast and Furious 81? Son, I haven't seen one of those. I haven't seen the darn one of those. You ain't gonna see it either. What's this? Why would you want to see that? Grandpa, they launched an entire planet made of cars into a different galaxy, and they are cars living on a planet of cars. And the Rock's cloned, his 9th clone of the Rock is the Messiah of the car planet. I'm like, what are they even doing anymore? The 9th clone of the Rock is trying to drift across the equator of the new car planet. It's called Fast and Furious 81. The Rock skids across the planet Elon Musko. I don't even know what's happened. Stop making these. There's got to be a limit. Fast and Furious 80, Fast and Furious 12. The Rock runs for president by driving a drifting Japanese car through all 50 states. Skirt! He's drifting through the swing states. What's up, Ohio? I don't. I mean, when I'm on my deathbed, like a guy with face tattoos and like a hit rap single and also WWE wrestler will be president, and Fast and Furious 52 will be out where self-driving cars take you to the self-propelled movie theater to show you a movie where self-flying cars drift on the Saturn's rings. I'm triggered. CBD, we all know about it. CBD, it's easy as putting it on your body. I don't know what that is, but these days it seems like people are putting CBD on everything and everything. Okay? There's a lot of noise, but let me tell you this one company from Vermont that I think is actually worth the hype. Seriously, listen to me. Sun Soil. I got it right here. I got the drops here, the oil drops, and the oil in pill form. Nice packaging. Sun Soil. They make CBD oil that is USDA certified organic. CBD is made from hemp plants, so how the hemp is grown really matters. Sun Soil farms their hemp in Vermont. Beautiful place. And they never use pesticides, herbicides, or GMOs. Simple ingredients, people. That's what they live by. That's why I love Sun Soil. It's made from simple ingredients that I can pronounce. Many of their products contain coconut oil and hemp, and that's it. Fair prices. We all have fair prices. Get your organic CBD at an unbeatable price. They farm their hemp and make their CBD oil in-house. Their prices are less than half the price of other brands. I have an offer for y'all. Sun Soil makes CBD oil with simple organic ingredients, and you can get 30% off your first order by going to sunsoil.com/Trey. That's sunsoil.com/Trey for 30% off your first order. Check it out, y'all. sunsoil.com/Trey. Okay, I got another we got this Instagram account we got to talk about. Someone DM me this. It's an Instagram account called Weston Weaning. So this child's name is Weston, and these are the chronicles of Weston's adventures with food. And they're photos of neatly curated, like, toddler meals. And, I mean, Weston's eating good, man. It's very aesthetic. So here's a photo of a small plate with the caption, smoked oysters and dill over cream cheese on water crackers, fresh banana spears, and water. I ended up chopping up the oyster to make it easier for Weston to palate. He ate about half a cracker with cream cheese and oyster. He didn't want any more food. He must have had a tummy ache or something. I never tried smoked oysters before today, but layer with a water cracker, cream cheese, and some chili jelly. They're quite tasty. Hey, give them some Gerber products. Another photo. Coconut curry, vegetable, and chicken soup over rice, watermelon, and a glass of water. He tried to say tongue for the first time while telling me this dish was too spicy for him. He tried to say tongue for the first time. How old is he? A kid learns to start talking when what? I know this. 2-ish or something. This kid's like 18 months getting spicy coconut curry. I mean, I'm 27. I still can't digest that. You're still changing his diapers and you're feeding him spicy curry. You're either an idiot or a brave, brave mama. Let me tell you something. You better double layer that Huggies. Oh, he said this dish was too spicy for him, I think. He ate some French toast instead. That makes sense. Oh, my farm-to-table tofu cauliflower rice curry he didn't really like, so I toasted him an Eggo waffle. Well, I think that makes sense to all of us. It's beautiful, though. I want Weston's leftovers. Send them to me, Mom. Here's another photo. Turkey red sauce over spaghetti with fresh basil garnish, grilled zucchini with grated Parmesan, fresh sliced watermelon on the rind, and water. I like it always says water. Like, do we expect her to tag, like, and A spicy mezcal paloma with freshly squeezed water, grapefruit juice, and a bit of key lime. It's like Weston ate 3 servings of the pasta, couple bites of the squash, and a few bites of the watermelon. Okay, he liked that one a little better. What else we got? Fruit and greens juice. I blended together apple, mango, pineapple, banana, kiwi, alfalfa, broccoli, spinach, wheatgrass, ginger, parsley, kale, and garlic. He looked concerned, but then he tasted and said, and wanted more. Success. Again, brave mama. I fed him, I whipped him up. Here's all the ingredients of the fruit and greens juice. The photo of it is a nice little glass, and it looks like diarrhea, and it will create diarrhea. She does say a little a little disclaimer. I don't typically give him fluids beyond water and his evening milk, but I figure viscous liquid is a good texture to occasionally practice. Which end? There's a lot of these folks. I mean, let's look at one that looks a little bit fancier. Oh, wow. Rainbow pepper pesto pasta with chicken sausage. Okay. What's this? Colby Jack cheeseburger. Chopped chicken breast tossed in mayo, pea shoots, mandarin oranges, cauliflower with zucchini, carrot, green pepper, garlic, and parsley in a glass of water. Weston's favorite food may well be mandarin oranges. He greedily ate a half cup before tasting the chicken. He ate most of the chicken served, but slyly avoided the vegetables. He didn't really like the pea shoots. All right, you're just saying that all makes sense. So, shout out Weston. He's getting some fancier meals than I've ever prepared to me by any woman, and likely ever will. What a sweet mom. I hope she's able to track down. Surely she wasn't feeding him some of this food in the height of the toilet paper crisis, because, man, these things just don't match. But nonetheless, he's eating good. Shout out Weston. Okay, we have another Amazon review to go over. I did one of these one-off on the podcast. Seems like it was a big hit. People like it. And this particular review is for a headlamp. Now, when I think of headlamps, who doesn't think of Dad? Yeah, if you picture these, it's like a headband that gives you like a cyclops light on your forehead. Cyclops light on your forehead. My dad would look for any and all excuses to put that on. It'd be like ironing a shirt with that on. Like, I gotta see the creases better. Dads, they feel like there's never enough light, except when they're driving at night. You better turn that light off in the back. I can't see it. Turn the light off. I can't see. I never understood it as a child, but now that once I have driven and I drive at night, someone has the light off, still don't understand. I can see perfectly fine. So, headlamp looks nice. $15. 105 lumens design, bright as 140 lumens. Energy saving, batteries included. What a deal. Tony gives us a review. This just took me through the night on a 100-mile run and crushed it. I have to weigh in here. I'm an ultra runner. I've done several 100-mile runs, which take you through the night, in case you didn't know. Oh, really? I bet I could do it in 12 hours, Tony. 100-mile... People have got to find some new hobbies. 100-mile run? My daily runs are all in the dark. I love my headlamps. I have several. I got one of them wet, and now it doesn't work. My other one started going a bit in and out on a couple weeks ago. If you give it a good smack, it would work fine, though. I was signed up to run the Javelina Jundred 100-mile run. I couldn't risk being 80 miles into a race at 1 a.m. in the Arizona desert and have my light go out. We've all been there, right? I mean, you're about 80% done, 80 miles, you're just hitting your stride. By the way, I do it in Arizona in the heat. No, not to brag. So I need a good lamp. But I also didn't want to spend too much money on the light. This is $14.99. So this guy's traveling across the country, paying who knows how much to sign up for this event. Needs a light that costs no more than $15. I went with this thanks to the lumen rating and the customer ratings. I used this on the not as bright setting. It worked all night, was extremely bright, never faded, and guided me to a 1 minute personal record on the 100-mile distance. And then the next review is cheap junk, 1 star. PR. He beat his personal record by 1 minute, which just means he the 8 times he stopped to go to the bathroom, he just did one of them he skipped washing his hands on one of them. But he had that light on and it works. So thank you, Tony, for the insight. I think we all know someone who's done those 100-milers. He goes half marathon, full marathon, then maybe you do a triathlon of sorts. And now you run for 20. I just can't comprehend why you'd want to do that. 100-mile run. They run for 30 hours or something. I mean, that's just horrible. I mean, that's taking years off your life, surely. So if you need a good headlamp, for all my 100-mile runners out there, go to Amazon and get your headlamp. Thanks for sharing, Tony. Okay, final thing. I think we all know The Bachelor, right? Bachelorette's come back on. Come on now. Might have to make a Bachelorette spoof video. Stay tuned. And then they have Bachelor in Paradise, and they have more and more dating shows. Netflix had Love is Blind, where you couldn't see the person. They also had Too Hot to Handle, where they're you guys can all hang out, but you can't kiss. And they're how do we do this? And I don't know. Homeschooled Mormons were hold my beer. Not hold my beer. Hold my decaf. I don't know. And now I've been watching this new one, Love Island. I guess it's originally a British show. I have watched a few episodes. So again, the gist is the same. We're going to bring in 100. We're going to bring in 112 abs, as in 8 guys. I mean, these guys are huge. And we're going to bring in a bunch of girls who have as much lip filler to fill up the Grand Canyon. And we're going to say, hey, you 4 all get together. Hey, oh, you guys are vibing now? You finally found that person to spend your life with? Come on in, other guys and girls. And now you can't talk to that one. And who signs up for this? They'll pair up a guy and a girl, and they're vibing, and they'll be all right, you guys have to separate and go to other places now, and we're going to bring in other guys and girls and make you talk to them. And then they have an episode all right, we're going to see if you stayed loyal to the person you said you would, or if you just ran out and cheated on them. Dramatic music, and they'll be oh, she said she'd like to stay with you, but unfortunately he ran off and got whipped cream licked off his back. You're what is going on? Why? Love Island, Tuesdays at 8 Central. Very strange. Entertaining, but how these people come to the point of wanting to do that is really something as a whole nother thing. It's just spring break for 29-year-olds, and you want to film it. Most people are yeah, I did spring break in college, young and dumb, really don't want to talk about it. You know what? I'm 8 years removed from that, and I want to go do that again, and I want you to film it. I want you to I've never understood the Bachelor, this ongoing thing with The Bachelor is you finally get the one-on-one with the Bachelor or the Bachelorette, and this guy or girl is all right, listen, I've literally only told my mom and my best friend this. I spent my first 6 years of my life in a doomsday bunker. And you're okay. I feel like you should go from telling only 2 people to maybe 2 more people, maybe not 20 million people, but yeah. So I've never understood about that. You're I just really wanted to open up to him, and I just felt comfortable telling him that because he's so great. And oh yeah, I guess also I all of a sudden felt comfortable telling 6 million people. That's stuff, man. Entertaining. Don't really get it. So check out Love Island. All the shows, low hanging fruit, love it. So we'll have to see what happens from that. I saw recently the Bachelor, Colton was a Bachelor, and he ended up with Cassie. I saw she filed a restraining order against him. So their track record is spectacular. They're few have made it. Very cute couples, but believe it or not, yeah, smooching dozens of people as you simultaneously to find your long life spouse doesn't work that well. It sounds doesn't work that well. Also, one of my favorite parts of the show is like a girl will be literally dating and smooching 20 guys, and like we found out one of the guys still is talking to his ex-girlfriend back home, and it's like, oh, what a jerk. It's like, okay, well, I don't think that's the great thing, but she's kind of doing it too on a whole nother level. But I could go on and on. I digress. Episode 53. Thank you guys. Did you know you can get exclusive content somewhere? TreyKennedy.com/DLG. You ever heard of Patreon? It's Patreon for me, but I just do it on my side because I do it better. Okay? You get automatic access to almost like 20 bonus podcast episodes that you can only see there. Another like dozen never before seen videos. You can get access to my private Instagram where I go live with fans. I post behind the scenes, etc., and a portion goes to charity. Become a Do Less guest. TreyKennedy.com/DLG. Thank you guys for coming on back as always. We got a fun episode next week. I've got some great dramatic readings and inspiration, irritation queued up for next week. We might be dropping some merch soon. And fall's coming. You know another fall video is coming. So stay tuned. Y'all have a great week. Do less. God bless. Appreciate y'all. Talk to you next week. Peace. Correct opinion.